Hello, in this tutorial we will see about a PHP program with database connectivity. So for this we require a XAMPP server. I have already installed it in this system. So first initially we will need to stop the XAMPP server and then start it. That is, you have to restart the XAMPP server. So I'll type XAMPP control panel. So this is the XAMPP control panel. It has already been in a start state, so first we have to stop it, both the Apache as well as the MySQL. Now we need to start it. So the XAMPP server has been restarted. Now we will move on to the program. Now just to check whether the XAMPP server is running properly, in the browser we need to type localhost colon 5555, which is actually the port that is allotted for the XAMPP server. So yes, the XAMPP server is installed successfully. This is because we see that the home page of this XAMPP server is displayed when we type localhost colon 5555, which is the port number that was allotted to the XAMPP server. Now we'll move on to the program. So all the programs must be created in the location where the XAMPP server resides. So I go into G drive, into the XAMPP folder and into the htdocs folder, which is the hypertext document. So all the programs that we will be doing must be stored within the G drive, within the XAMPP folder, within the htdocs folder, wherein you have to create another folder, say employee. In this tutorial I have already created the programs that we will be using further on. So inside the employee folder we need to create some files. So the scenario that is presented in this tutorial is an employee detail management system. So first we will be adding the details of an employee into the database, and later on using the employee ID we will be able to retrieve the record of an employee. So first we go to an add.html file, wherein this is the file. So inside the body tag we have given a form which is the insert.php. So moving on to the HTML part, we have asked for the name, ID, date of birth, date of joining, experience from the user as an input, and there are two buttons, which is the submit and reset button. So once the values are entered into this text boxes, which are these attributes, the web page will be redirected to this insert.php. That is, this file will be evaluated. So in insert.php, this is how you write a PHP program within less than and greater than angular brackets followed by a question mark and PHP. So these are the attributes that are the employee name, employee ID, date of birth, date of joining, and the experience. So using this $_get, and within the square brackets inside the double quotes, you need to specify the field name that was mentioned in the database. So we will be creating the database shortly now. So in this few statements, we see that the value of the field from the database will be stored on to these variables. Now in $con is equal to mysqli underscore connect, we are actually creating that connection between PHP and the database. So if not $con, then the echo database is not connected. So if the $con value is say 0, then the database will not be connected. Or but if it is a non-null value, then the database gets connected. And now you have to select the database. So the name of the database here is info, and the query will be insert into employee, which is the table name, and values are the values that will be passed on from the insert.html page. Whatever value we gave inside the insert.html document in the browser, it will be stored into the database. Now we can print the data has been inserted successfully. So now we'll see how this works. But initially we need to create the database first. So first we'll be creating the database. The database will be created using PHP myadmin. So for this program, I have already created the database, that is info. And in info, we have a table, that is employee. And so actually this is my table with the attributes employee ID, employee name, date of birth, date of joining, and the experience. So these values were already inserted during the execution of the program. So now we need to execute the program and see. So that is localhost colon 5555 / you need to mention the folder name, which is employee / and it is add.html. So here we see that the details have been asked, and now the user needs to enter the details. So HANCY, ID will be 21, date of birth is 17/01/1997, date of joining will be 01/01/2015, experience say 2, and now I'm giving it as insert. So here the after the values were inserted into the add.html file, those values will be fetched from that file and transferred to the insert.php, because in form action we had given it as insert.php, and these values will get inserted into the database. So we see that the database is connected and the data has been inserted successfully. So now we'll just check if they are really inserted into the database. So into this PHP myadmin, we will give a query as select asterisk from employee. So yes, so this was the record that was inserted by me now, with employee ID as 21, employee name as Hansi, date of birth as 17/01/1997, date of joining as 01/01/2015, and the experience is 2. So now we'll see the program to retrieve the value from the database. So the corresponding HTML part will be retrieve.html. So here the form action is given as search.php, and you have to input the ID, that is the employee ID, from the user, and when you give submit, this ID value will be passed on to search.php. We will see how that is done. In search.php, you have to store the value of employee ID into a variable called ID. Then you connect to the database as usual and check if the connection has been established. Yes, if it has been established, then you have to select the database. info is the database here. Now the query is a select